Well, hey, everybody. Going live early. Going to do a little pre-show chat before our trip report here in about 20 minutes. We'll have about 20 minutes before the trip report. In case you're catching this on YouTube as a replay, about a 20-minute pre-show. Talk about the news of the day, and then we'll have our trip report with listener Ashley. We'll just let some folks get in here and see what's going on. Drop in the comments where you're tuned in. Let me know you're here. Let's see folks coming on in. I have to get my voice back. I sound terrible. Hello.
Maybe I should just do it like this tonight. This will be much better. Yes, I like this better. Let me know when you're tuned in. We'll have a little early chat here before the top of the hour. We'll do our trip report with listener Ashley. We're going to talk about her stay last month at Art of Animation with her big extended family. It's going to be great. Maybe a little goofy with a chainsaw. Mr. Michael, it's soaring. For New Jersey. Hello to Janet over on Instagram. TD Nickus, Elizabeth West. This actually sounds better than my voice does right now. Big Deep Valley, thanks for being here over on Instagram. I got a frog in my throat. Just getting over a little bit of something from earlier this week.
Hopefully that they'll like this one.
I don't know about this. Ladies and gentlemen, up to bat. I kind of like this one. Number 4, Yadier Molina. It's pretty cool.
What do we have here? I can do this. Just make my voice even worse. So what does everybody think about the news today? You excited to go see the new show over at Animal Kingdom if you're an AP holder? Zootopia! Howdy over on Instagram to Darren. Thanks for joining us. We had all kinds of news. There's going to be an AP preview of the new show that's taking the place of the Bugs Life show inside Tree of Life in Zootopia. If you're an AP holder, you get to go preview that show here soon. But the biggest news of the day, price increases. Tickets. Backstage tours. Lots of stuff. Parking. I think I might just do the podcast like this. Let me know where you're tuned in. We're going to start the show at the top of the hour. We'll have Ashley join us. There's a big football game this Saturday these ways. Let me see what's going on over in the clubhouse. First of all, I gotta mute the notifications for a couple of hours. There we go. See, when I talk real quiet, this voice sounds even better. Thanks for joining us, AB Laurel, over on Instagram. So again, we're going to start the show in about 10 minutes. Just hanging out here in the pre-show. Got lots to talk about on the show tonight. I looked at the notes. We're going to talk about meals at places like Storybook Dining, Maya Grill, Sanaa. This is a large family trip. First time for some of the family members. They stayed at Art of Animation in the Lion King family suite. We're down over Food and Wine. They went last month. Got to go to GO82, use lightning lanes, lots of stuff. It's going to be a fun trip report. I wish I could show you all the pictures because they're amazing. Amazing. That sounds cool. Amazing. Try it again. Amazing. Zing. I think I'm going to do the podcast like that. Oh, we're getting lots of listeners. The more I use this voice, the more people tune in. This is the trick. Let me know where you're tuned in. Drop a comment. We got Michael in New Jersey. I know that. Got lots of folks over on Instagram. Michael's on YouTube. I guess I could go ahead and listener Ashley. Just so she knows that we will be live. And ready to have fun. Hello, Actor Pixie Dust. Happy Halloween. From the Happy Podcasters. Let's do just a single podcast for tonight. The other ones have the night off on Wednesdays. Just please. We're going to start the show in 10 minutes. Man, that's annoying. God, I wish I had this when I used to teach 6th grade. I would have taught all day with this. And I'd have kept their attention for about 17 whole minutes. Probably could have taught a whole lesson on Mesopotamia. Watch, Ashley's gonna pop in here any second. We're gonna get to surprise her with my voice. She's not gonna know what's going on. I gotta get more boo buckets at McDonald's here. I forgot about that. I think they come out here soon. Love my boo buckets. Just certain words with his voice that sound better like boo buckets. I see a lot of folks are tuned in. Let me know. Where you at? Where you at? Don't forget, if you're here, make sure you join us in our Discord server. It's free for everybody. Just come on over to beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. It's fun. We're talking all about the announcements today over there. And I was just talking about how, with listener Marletha, about how it's such a miss that they have influencers on that resort TV. Because on the TV, like the people who watch influencers are going to be watching their phones. They're not going to be watching TV. So the person they want to have on TV is a person like Stacy. For the older folks who watch TV, they want a traditional host on the TV. The influencers are going to need to be on the mobile devices, not on the TV. I think it's a myth. We have conversations like that over there every day. Come on over. Hey, what's up, Zach, over on Instagram? Glad to see you made it. Missy Book. Hey, over there. Glad to see folks filtering in. We're going to have a trip report for you here in less than 10 minutes. Just got the stream fired up a little bit early. Gotta clear my throat before we get the show started. Just loosening up the vocal cords.
Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, there it is. Got it.
I'm just going to leave it like this and see if Ashley says anything. See if she even notices. You think she will? There's $18 to the Patreon money for the backgrounds for the ghosts, and there's some Halloween backgrounds to say Happy Halloween. There's some pumpkins. We're gonna have all kinds of decorations this month on the stream. So that's where your Patreon money goes to things like this. Isn't that a cute little ghost? I think it's so cute. He just cruises on by. Hey, GP322177 in Pittsburgh, meow, over on Instagram. Thanks for joining us. Show starting in 5 minutes, so hang around for a great trip report. Ashley will be here in just a few. Make sure, if you haven't, to like the Be Our Guest podcast on Facebook. Just like our page. It's Be Our Guest podcast. Just hit like. We'd sure appreciate that while you're hanging out. That helps us out a ton. Trying to hit a certain number on there. So if you just go to Be Our Guest podcast, hit like. That'd be awesome. I'm like a ventriloquist. Do-do-do-do. You can really see my lips move. Do-do-do-do. I she'll be hopping in here soon. She had to work. And most people do have to work, obviously. I mean, I work, but I work from home. And the song ends. But then guess what? It starts up again. It's on a loop. Here it comes. The beat's gonna get you. Oh yeah. You can't stop. Here brings the hook. My wife should have this on at the high school at the cheerleader boosters meeting on the big screen in the gymnasium. This would be so entertaining. One of the other cheerleaders' moms is a big influencer. Like, she tours the country doing concerts and stuff. She's a big TikTok influencer. So I'm like, not anything, but she like tours with big celebrities. So this wouldn't be anything, but it's funny. She's like big time. I'm hearing that all night. I'll be walking around the house tonight and be like, and I'll be like, what? 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 Fun fact. Tonight starts 49 straight nights of football. There's a football game on for 49 straight nights starting tonight. Mike is a happy guy. Southwest, well, now it's called Missouri State. They play tonight. 3 guys from our high school are on that team, so I'm going to be watching them as soon as the show ends. Go Missouri State Bears against Middle Tennessee. Getting so close to the Trip Report show, I can almost taste it. Once Ashley hops in here, we'll say our hellos and we'll get to talking Disney. Can't believe nobody has any comments on all the announcements today. Lots of news. Come over to the clubhouse and get it. We have tons of people talking about it right now. BeOurGuestPodcast.com/clubhouse. Free for everybody. And lots of folks talking about it. So get in on the conversation. If you're not there, it's fun. Just come on over. It's our Discord server. It's just like a big chat room. I should probably pull up the... There we go. We're almost there. Hello to Maggie H. They just joined us over on Instagram. Glad you're here tonight. Getting ready for a big trip report. Gonna talk some art of animation, extended family trip. Oh, a guest of honor has arrived. Hey, Ashley, what's going on?
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, your email went to junk mail for some reason. None of the other ones did, but that one did for some reason.
Can't believe that happened. What's going on? Hang on here, right on there. Let's bring the music on. There. My voice was sounding terrible because I had that hospital stay and like my voice got messed up, so I'm just doing the show like this tonight.
Hey, whatever works. You're very dedicated.
I was like, I hate the way my voice sounds right now because I had the thing in my throat. So yeah, let's
I'm so sorry to hear that.
let's just ride it out. Let's go to the extreme. Let's be a robot so I've been doing the last 15 minutes just chatting with everybody as a robot. So I'll just do whatever. So I know, how's it going? You having a good day?
It's going. Yeah, sorry. I was like wrapping up the last couple things with work. I think the last time I did a trip report, it was later in the year. So it was 5:00 my time. And so I was like, oh no, it's at 4. I need to get a couple of things just wrapped up. So we're good now.
I appreciate it. So by the way, we're live, just so you know.
Hello.
Because I was just chatting with everybody. We have quite a few people in here. So now I forget, where are you from?
Arizona. So I'm out in Gilbert.
So is it nice out there today?
I mean, we had 100 today. So
oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Yeah, we usually do. I mean, it's the mornings and the evenings right now are great. Like when we got back from Florida, I was like, this is the weather that I've been waiting for forever. So
you feel the humidity, don't you, down in Florida?
Oh yeah. It was, I mean, in Arizona, it's just like you walk outside and it's like someone's blowing a blow dryer in your face. The humidity in Florida is next level. So
yeah, we finally yesterday got the cold front to go through because it has been almost 90 until a couple days ago. Because usually cool, our normal high right now is about 75. Yeah. But it's been almost 90 until 2 days ago. Now today was 73 for highs. Let's go. Now we can wear the hoodies and this is great. I'm like,
that's
oh,
what I mean.
Good. So good. It'll be so nice at the football game on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
I cannot wait.
Football weather.
Oh, beautiful. And not that I'm nervous about this football game, but that's all I can think about. It's because we're playing Alabama. It's my two teams.
That's a big one.
This game. So who's your team? You a sports fan at all, or?
No judgment. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
That's okay. That's great.
I was born in Dallas, and so it's a team that I grew up with, and so we did miss. This was kind of rare. We sacrificed 2 games when we were in Florida because we were in the parks, and so I was just kind of keeping up on the score. But yeah, we watch all the games, and pretty diehard my family is.
I'm a huge Dak Prescott fan because even from his Mississippi State days, because he's got a story with his mom and everything. I liked him even in college. So
yeah, love Dak.
Yeah, especially when they play the Rams. I'm not. If my dad's watching, he knows I'm not a Rams fan.
Yeah,
I love my dad. He works for the Rams, but
yes,
they did our town wrong.
Right?
So bad, they left us. He's always like, that was a long time ago. Yeah, I have a long memory.
Yeah, we can hold a grudge. I can hold a grudge.
Yes, I can. All right, so this goes. You've done the show, right? You did before.
It's been about 2 years.
Okay, cool. I thought I know we had. So we'll just go 35, 40 minutes because you got a lot. We'll just jump right in because I want to make sure we get all this. Man, you had so much fun.
We had a blast.
Maya Grill. Now I'm thinking about Maya Grill and Sanaa. That picture of that bread service. I haven't stopped thinking about that all day.
It was so good.
I'm looking at it right now. The sauces. Oh, I love that one that's got, I don't even know how to describe it. It's the second one next to the white sauce. It's the, I don't know, it's kind of a all different color sauce. I love that.
Oh, yeah. That one was good. I mean, all of them were very good.
And the picture, all the pictures of your kids are so, just your pictures are amazing. But the one with the lantern, my gosh. Oh my gosh, it is so adorable with what's his face? Pascal there. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. That is adorable.
Yeah, that was a big moment for sure.
Because so we're on our cruise this past summer, and they had the lantern on the Magic. Oh, and of course, we just the adults and stuff, and we're rolling around. We took it. We look so dorky taking that thing. because they're like, look at this spot on the ceiling, like,
Look up.
I got a ball cap on. They're like, tip your ball cap back to receiver. The pictures came out so dorky looking, and I look at that one, I'm like, that's what it's about. That's so cute. Like, they should not have adults doing that picture,
Right.
like, or at least not me. Like, I look like the biggest dork holding that thing. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it's supposed to look like. In my picture, I'm like, what's
happening? Yeah.
I'm like, look like a UPS guy, like delivering a box or something.
I kept waiting for it to like actually start floating, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't, but yeah.
Oh, it was so funny. I was like, I told Pam, I was like, oh man, I don't even want to look at these like on the app. I'm like, this is gonna be so, and I was right. Yeah, I look like a big dork.
You got a good story.
Oh yeah. I was like, yeah, this is why the kids make better pictures. All right, hit this and then we'll get going. Let's see, got that. And that. There we go. And we're on Instagram. Good. All right. 2778. Monday's not a holiday. All right. Here we go. Come on, thing. Welcome to episode 2778 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had an amazing weekend, and we are always so glad when you start another great week with us here on the podcast. What a better way to start a week than with a virtual trip down to Walt Disney World, and we have a great one today. Really settle in, because we're going to talk fun times in the theme parks, great meals, family memories, and lots of laughs. I mean, this one's going to have it all. I'm so excited to share this one. Listener Ashley back on the show with us from Arizona. Ashley, happy Monday. How are things going out west?
Happy Monday. It's great. We're still waiting for the fall weather to arrive in Arizona, but everything's good on this end.
So I asked our listener last Monday, and just kind of bringing this question back around because you've been on the show before, like, what's something maybe like your small town or like your little geographic area might be known for that people listening to our show might not know about your little corner of the world?
Oh, that's such an interesting question. So Gilbert is kind of part of like the East Valley, broader Phoenix area. I don't know if there's anything that specifically Gilbert's known for other than it used to be all farmland. So it's been developed, over the years. And so it's still it's called a town. It's the town of Gilbert, but it's quite large. So it has a lot of like really good community vibe and, some of the events that they put on and stuff. But I don't know if there's anything specific to Gilbert that's that much of a draw for people. I feel like people come to Arizona for like the Grand Canyon and that kind of stuff.
What's like a big university, or like what's your closest like big landmark?
Arizona State University. Yep.
Yeah. When I was in high school, they were like the big college baseball team. So I had the ASU hat.
Yeah.
That in Texas, they were the two.
Yes.
Like I had the burnt orange jacket and the Arizona State hat. I think I might have been dreaming out of my league a little bit there. Ended up at Missouri Baptist. But my dad wanted me to dream big.
You did an honorary Sun Devil. That's okay. We'll take you.
Christmas, he would give me the, you got to dream big, man. He got me the Arizona State hat with the Sun Devil. I was tricked out, but that's what your parents do. They let you dream big. I don't think I was that good, but yeah, it's awesome. I love it. So, all right, so let's jump into your trip right away, because I want to make sure we cover it all. So this is an extended family trip that happened just last month, which I love because we get to get right on this, fresh right out, up to date and everything. So how did this trip come around? Because I'm always curious about these larger family trips, because I picture them happening, 4th of July, people sitting around, or Christmas or Thanksgiving, like we should all go at the same time finally, or, where's the spark that this trip came together?
No, great question. So it's been 2 years in the making. We actually went as a family to Disneyland in October of 2023. And so I wanted to go to Disney World. A lot of that's because of the podcast. And I have as a child, my parents took us on one big Walt Disney World trip when I was about 9. And I have really fond memories of that. So I wanted to do that with my kids. So about 2 years of planning. And not everybody came. We did have like multiple like siblings and nieces and nephews that were invited, but ultimately it was about 11 of us that decided, okay, 2025, we can't push it out anymore. I want to go. And so in Arizona, my kids do a year-round school schedule. And so they get like a 2.5-week break in the fall. So we left the day after school got out, which was September 20th.
So tell us about the logistics of planning the 11-person trip rather than just like your core family, and also going to Disneyland, traveling a little farther to Walt Disney World. And let's face it, Walt Disney World has a lot more complexity to the planning than Disneyland. So what was that before you ever hit Florida like, especially with communication, because you had some first timers there too, which makes it even to another level because you're educating at the same time as planning.
Sure. So I definitely led all the planning, and everybody was happy to have me do that. I enjoy that part of it. That's part of the build. I mean, you guys talk about that on the show all the time. That's part of the build up and excitement and enjoyment. So I was happy to take the lead. Everybody was happy to, throw in things that they were important or that were important to them. And I did my best to kind of incorporate all of that. It was very different than Disneyland. Just the sheer scale of Walt Disney World intimidated me initially, and like trying to figure out the transportation between the parks. And I'm so used to the Disneyland systems with Lightning Lane and, dining in that way. And so there was a little bit of a learning curve around, okay, when does these booking windows open? Like the pre-booking Lightning Lanes was really different.
Yeah, and it is strange, because it's one company, but when it comes like dining and Lightning Lanes, you bring up two things that are, they're the same product, but they couldn't be more different in how you plan them on each coast, right? You don't think about that, but if you go to both, they're very, very different.
Yeah, and so that took some getting used to. And again, the Lightning Lane system at Disneyland is just, it works so well and it's so efficient, and so. Trying to figure that out at World was it was fine, but I could definitely tell the difference, between the two.
So one more thing kind of in the before you leave, because this is stuff that I think our listeners are, if you're drawn to a podcast or you're a big Disney fan, this is kind of the stuff that I think most of us are into, the planning, because it makes the experience longer than just the trip. Yeah. So was everybody local to you that traveled with you, or how did you get together to kind of coordinate everybody so that everybody was on the same page? You guys do like Zoom calls, or did you guys have meals? Did you send out emails? How's this?
We get together. I would meet up with my parents so it's me and my husband, my 7-year-old and my 5-year-old, and then my parents, and then my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my 2 nieces who are 4 and 2, and then my sister-in-law's mom. So one thing that was kind of nice is because it was such a large group, because we were going for such a long time, and it was the first time for most of us, we were all on the same page that everyone needs to kind of have the trip that they want to have. We'll try to do a couple things together that make sense, but ultimately, do the Lightning Lanes you want, do the experiences you want. And that was really nice because it didn't feel constricted. So because of that, I had kind of meetings with my parents, and then we would have meetings with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law just a couple times, and we try to get on the same page about dining reservations. Being in Arizona, I think for the dining, I had to wake up at 3 a.m. for those 60 days out. And then
you guys on the West Coast at all.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Yeah, it's horrible.
Yes. And that was an experience in of itself too. And then the Lightning Lanes was like 4 a.m. And so I'm texting with my sister-in-law, did you get Sanaa at this time? Because we tried to coordinate the time so that we could see if they would accommodate the reservations. And I was actually surprised at how much overlap we actually did have with Lightning Lanes. And then some of those dinner reservations or lunch reservations that we were intentional about.
That's awesome. So did you find that everybody kind of felt comfortable by the time you guys were, a few days out? Everybody was pretty relaxed and felt like this is going to be fine. Because you're going into like a more complex place. You got so many more dynamics. It's more fluid in Florida. But was everybody comfortable with what was getting ready to happen? And, because I just don't want people going on vacation and being nervous about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it is vacation, but there are a lot of things that can go south on a Disney vacation, even for the best of us that have been there 50 times.
Totally. I think after I got the dining reservations done, that was a big relief, because then that helps with planning the days, because now I know where we're going to be and what time. Once the lightning lanes got done, then for me it was kind of like, okay, now we're fine, because now I can really understand what our days are going to look like. It was kind of hard for me to conceptualize that before I knew what those 3 rides in each park was going to look like. So once that was done, I felt better, and luckily I was able to take the day before we left off of work to just finalize packing and really have it not be stressful. And our flight was very early because we lose 3 hours going. So I think our flight was at like 6:45 in the morning. So I did not want to be up late packing. I wanted it to just be a smooth transition. And then once we got there, I was totally fine. I was golden. I was ready to just, whatever happens, and embrace all of it.
That's a great tip, though. I mean, not everybody can do that, but if you could somehow make it work to take the day off prior to the trip, just to get all those loose ends taken care of, take the dog to the kennel,
Sure.
get the house all, because my wife has to have the house, like she's like insane. The house has to be perfectly spotless before we leave. Like it's insane. Like
I don't want to come home to a mess. I want to come home.
That's what she says. Like, it's like, we got to go. Like, it's okay. Like, we'll come back, and it's like we leave the house sometimes the bed's not made. Like just we're leaving the house for like 8 days. It'll be fine. It's the same thing. But no, we cannot. I can't talk her out of it. But yeah, I love it, because it brings the stress level down, because you have time to, like, if there's a loose end, you got the time to go. I love that idea. Now, of course, people are going to say, I'd rather have that day on the vacation, but it's again, it's like a trade-off, because it's mentally, it's going to have you stress-free, maybe at the front end of the trip, on the flight down and so forth. How was the travel, especially when you had the kids? Do they travel well across the country?
So this is the first time that they've been on a plane. A lot of our trips, we drive to Disneyland. We have skiing north of us in Flagstaff. We drive to San Diego. So this was the first time. I mean, my oldest, we went to Hawaii with her when she was like 10 months old. So she doesn't remember that. So they actually did really well, other than wanting to change their activity every 7.5 minutes. It's like they start something.
Like teenagers. I mean, it's no different, really. I swear.
I'm like, okay, 4 hour and 15-minute flight. I don't know if I have enough, to keep them entertained, but they actually did super well. My littlest one ended up napping for about an hour and a half, which I was hoping for, because we got them up at like 4:45. So, but yeah, the flight there was great. We had a nonstop flight. We actually got in about 30 minutes early, which was great, so. Yeah.
That's the best. Anytime early going to Orlando is the best.
Yeah.
So you guys get there now. You stayed at Art of Animation in a Lion King suite. So I want to hear. So also, like, when it came to, I guess everybody stayed at Art of Animation together, and how did you decide that, like, before you even left? Like, because there's so many resorts to choose from. Like, was it we wanted to value? Was it because of the suites? Was it the Skyliner? Was it the dine? So many. Because I mean, man, there's so many reasons to choose every resort. Why did you land on Art of Animation?
So you helped us book this trip, and so that was, I kind of took your guidance too, because with it being a 9-night trip, I knew I wanted some space. So, and I also wanted like a kitchenette situation to try to have like a microwave and a little area that we could prepare food if we needed to. So that kind of narrowed it down pretty quickly there. And the suites at Art of Animation are just, the theming is so incredible. And so with the ages of my kids, I was like, if I'm going to go, I would have loved to have stayed at one of the moderates or deluxes, but I really wanted the in your face, in the best way, Disney theming.
That's how I am too. Like, I've stayed at the Swan and the Dolphin, and like they're really nice hotels, but I'd rather be at All Star Sports.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just cool. And the grounds, just walking around was fun. And there's so much to see and to look at. And, I liked having a separate bedroom for my husband and I. So we took the bedroom with the attached bath, and then each of my kids took a bed. So one of them slept on the pull down bed from that's over the dining table. And then the other slept on the couch, and they had their own bathroom. And it was was great. I would totally stay there again. The Skyliner was also a big appeal of that, just because probably the thing I was most nervous about for the whole trip was the transportation, just how that was going to function and the time it was going to take. So being on the Skyliner for Epcot and the studios was something I didn't have to worry about or think about.
Did the kids like the pools and did the dining work out okay with Landscape of Flavors and stuff like that? Just kind of while we're hitting the resort. I mean, did you run into any like things unexpectedly or any surprises there? Because I mean, it's a value resort. It's not the fanciest.
Yeah. We didn't eat too much at Landscape. We did mobile order breakfast one morning, just because we did have groceries delivered to the resort.
Because you had the kitchen. It's huge.
Yeah. Amazing. And, I pre-did it before we even left and scheduled the delivery time. They brought it right to the room. Amazing. So we knew we probably weren't going to use Landscape of Flavors that much. We did get mugs and did the sodas there, which was great. We did hit all 3 pools just because we wanted to see the theming difference, but the Nemo pool is great. I never felt like it was too crowded. I had read that the pools were heated and I was worried about them being warm, especially coming from Arizona where we swim a lot and it's like swimming in bath water. It wasn't that way. I thought the pools were like very refreshing and nice. So that was great. The customer service at the resort was great. We had an issue with our fridge. They fixed it immediately. My parents had an issue with their air conditioner, fixed it immediately. So that was great.
Glad to hear it. Because I love Pop Century, Art of Animation. Like those are my 2 babies right there. I was there when Pop opened. We that's my wife and I are both school teachers, and that was the fanciest we could go for years and years. It's like it was like All Stars or Pop. It was like in a lean year it was All Stars, in a good year it was Pop. Like that was the difference. That was like value and deluxe for us. This is where we were financially, and still those 2, Pop Century and Art of Animation, they have everything you need really for me if you're going to be in the parks a lot. And the Skyliner, once they put that in, I'm like, bonus, because now I can get to the studios and Epcot super easy. And and to me, I mean, if I was a kid, and I'm like just a 6'3", 50-year-old kid at this point in my life, but the Skyliner is kind of like the first ride to get to the other rides. Like it's a mini ride in itself, just like a monorail is.
Exactly.
I bet the kids enjoyed the riding the Skyliner. Did they?
Loved it. I think too for them, like it just felt like they could see things. I did end up getting them the kids Birnbaum guidebook like a year before we were leaving. And so they had read that whole thing. And so they're pointing stuff out on the Skyliner. Oh, that's the Riviera. And that I'm like, oh my gosh. So that part's cool. Yeah, exactly. And, just the convenience. And because most of the time it was the 6 of us, we usually always had a, cabin to ourselves. Like it was great.
That's nice. All right, so let's go through the trip and kind of hit some of the highlights. So I love hearing about the first day or like the first full day, because I know travel day can be challenging, but you get there. So do tell us about arrival day, though. How do you, because that's always one of the questions people have. Oh, arrival day, what should I do? Because maybe it's not going to be a full day. We're going to be tired from travel. You guys had a long travel day. So how did you handle arrival day, getting settled and finishing out that day?
Yeah. So originally we had actually made a reservation at Sebastian's because I was like, well, maybe a Skyliner, resort dinner reservation. But as we got closer, I was kind of like, I don't know how we're going to feel. I don't know the state everybody's going to be in. So we ended up canceling that and just planned to eat at Disney Springs. So we got to the resort. The rooms were ready pretty quickly after we got there. We unpacked and then we went to Disney Springs and ate at Polite Pig and tried to wrap, and that was a great meal, but we tried to wrap it up by like 8:30, 9 o'clock Florida time, and then get the kids back home and in bed because we knew we had an early morning the next day. So it was very low key. I would have loved to have done the water park, but again, not getting to the resort till close to 3, it was going to be really tight. And that's the earliest we could get in without coming in a night before. So
it's true. The thing is, like, you made the right call, in my opinion, right? Because the thing is, like, if you push it early and kind of get yourself like behind it, and especially you got the time change, you got a big time change happening too, especially with kids on top of that. If you push it too hard, too early, you can screw up the entire week, totally. Like it's just, you got to play it conservative and play the long game. I think you got to look at it that way. Like, yeah, that one extra experience or event could be a lot more fun. And I know that we only get down here, once every few years or once every couple of years, and I want to maximize my time. But would I rather have one less experience and have a really good week and everybody's refreshed and at their best? Or because if you push it early with kids, man, you could screw. I'm talking about myself though, because if I'm not rested, it can take me 2 or 3 days to kind of feel right. Like if I get super tired. So I think you made the right call.
100%. And I have a tendency, because of the planning side, to push it. So I really tried not to. And that's why we scheduled the longer trip, so that it would kind of take that pressure off of, we have to do this. It's like, nope, we can do it in 2 days. We'll have an opportunity. It'll be okay.
All right, so your first day looks like, I like it. See, this is how, and I know everybody does the thing the right way, but I just don't know how people don't go to the Magic Kingdom first. It drives me crazy. Like, and sometimes I don't, just because I'm just like, well, I'm close to Epcot, so I'll roll in. But in my real normal days, I always had to go to the Magic Kingdom first, because the castle. Like, you got to see the castle. Like, is it there? Yes. Okay. Once I see it, I'm like, okay, I'm good. Now I can go wherever I want. You guys went to the Magic with kids. You should have to go to the Magic Kingdom first. That should be the way. But you went to the Magic Kingdom, split it up with Epcot. So give us a couple highlights of this first day. I mean, there's nothing like the first day in the parks.
It was great. And it was a party day. So I think the week that we were there is like one of the only weeks where there was 5 Halloween parties instead of 4.
That is insanity. That is wild.
It's a lot. And so I'm like, okay, that really dictated the order in which we did things, because we were so limited on which evenings we could go to the Magic Kingdom. And going on a party day tends to, or is supposed to be, right, lighter crowds. And before, I don't know when this changed, because I feel like I was really monitoring park hours, but like a week or 2 before, I was like, oh my gosh, the Magic Kingdom opens at 8 a.m. on Sunday, when the rest of the trip, it opened at 9 a.m. So early entry was 7:30. I think it's when I was making my lightning lanes, I'm like, these are before the park opens. I'm like, oh, it opens early. So that was a very early morning. We did get there probably in the park at 7:30, 7:35. I really wanted to get all the park icon photos. We had Photo Pass. And so we did the castle photo before everyone, melted in the heat and, spilled Mickey bar chocolate on themselves.
Kids or myself. Again, I'm just a big kid. I have it all over me. Like, oh, I got chocolate on my white shirt. Yep.
Yes. So we knocked that out and then just went to Fantasyland. There was a lot of characters roaming. So that part was cool. My kids still really, really like the character experiences and interactions. And so
by the way, I don't mean to interrupt, but you're so lucky, because being a Disneyland person, that never happened at Walt Disney World until just like recently. I mean,
it surprised me.
It's normal because you're like a Disneyland person. That is not usually happening in Fantasyland at World until just like the last year. So
which is
so cool, because it is.
Yeah, like they're just roaming. And yes, we are used to that at Disneyland, where they're just out and about all the time. So we walked over kind of behind the carousel, and there's Tiana and Naveen. And so my kids walked up to them and they grabbed their hands and they walked around with them for a while. So I'm like, all right, we can just go home. We're done. Like, don't need to do the next 9 days. This was, they're just loving that. And just, again, the taking the time with them right away. I was like, this is great.
That's it.
This is great.
It's making the memory, making the moment.
Yes. And so we just kind of hung around there just to kind of, acclimate a little bit. I think our first, I'm going to have to pull up my notes because I'm like, there was so much. Let's see. Oh, so we decided to go to Peter Pan's flight. I did not do a lightning lane for that one. And, because it was such an early entry that day, that's where we went. That queue is really cool.
It is.
And I hadn't been, the Disneyland one, the queue is hot and
switchbacks.
Long. Yes. So that part was very surprising and very entertaining. I really, really liked that. So we did that ride first. And then I think we did Small World because it was right there. And the teacups, just kind of knocked out a couple of those rides with the very low wait times. And we have those in land too. So some of those I was like, we can just do them once. We may not need to do them again. I really wanted to make sure we got to the stuff that they didn't have in Disneyland. Let's see here. Oh, we did Haunted Mansion as our first lightning lane. And I hadn't done Haunted Mansion since it'd been 2 years, and Disneyland does the overlay with Nightmare Before Christmas. So I hadn't seen the original one in a while.
That's crazy. I love the overlay. I don't even like the movie.
too.
But if you haven't seen the normal one, yeah, that is a weird thing. A lot of people out there in California are like, I haven't seen the regular one in forever just because of circumstances. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably, I mean, it's been 3 or 4 years. So we did that, and that was our first lightning lane. And then on the way back, walking back to meet up with the other family, actually, we ran into Rapunzel and Flynn walking around.
This is too good.
Rapunzel's a very difficult character, I feel like, to meet or in Disneyland. She's not like out. There's like a show I think that she's in, or the parade, but it's very, very hard to meet her. And my 5-year-old has loved Rapunzel since she was 2. And so immediately I was like, okay, we gotta, we're stopping. Sorry to my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. Like, we gotta, and same thing. She had her little Pascal shoulder pal. So she's showing Rapunzel, and her and Flynn grabbed my kids' hands, walked all around that Rapunzel area looking for Pascal, right? And again, the interaction, 5 to 7 minutes. I was like,
you're like, this is the second commercial my kid's been in today for Walt Disney World.
Like, what is happening? This is insane. And I'm like, this is just the first day. We have 8 more days. I don't know. Like, can it get better? I don't know. So that was amazing. Did a couple rides with the other family that we were with my nieces, brother and sister-in-law as well. And then we got some snacks at Gaston's Tavern. Talk
about those real quick, because everybody's looking for like some under the radar snacks, and these sound like some good ones.
So the creme brulee croissant is something I had seen on social media. I think it's like $6. It was one of the probably top 3 things I ate. So good. It's like a brulee croissant. It's filled with like a pastry cream, like a vanilla bean pastry. It was very good. And they had recently changed, I guess I read, the ham and cheese tart to a ham and cheese, sandwich thing, or ham and Gruyere. That was wonderful. We split it.
I'm getting that at Marathon Weekend for sure.
So good. The only complaint I have is you can't mobile order it. And the mobile ordering, same thing, not to be a Disneyland, Disney World comparison thing all night, but in Disneyland, you can pretty much mobile order everything.
Ice cream at Gibson, girl, the greatest thing in the history of the world. On the way out of the park, I'm telling you, it's a $10 tax on me. I cannot leave Disneyland without getting an ice cream cone. It's $10 to leave the park.
Yeah, but you can mobile order everything, And so I was like, oh, I'll just pull up the app for Gaston's. We'll mobile order the creme brulee. Nope. So luckily that line moved pretty quick, but we actually tried to go back and get it again later in the trip, but the line was like 5 times longer. So I'm like, well, we didn't get a repeat on those, but 2 very, very good snacks.
No, it was terrible. We don't want that line to be too long. It was terrible. Ooh, it was not
don't
good.
Go to Gaston's. No thanks. But yeah, that was great. That sandwich you could split as a meal, like with somebody else if you're not super duper hungry. Very, very good. Then we did our single pass for Mine Train, which in hindsight, when we go back, I heard the queue. I don't know if you know, I heard the queue for that's also pretty cool.
It is. Yes. Do I want to wait in it? No. It's long, but yeah, okay. It is. I was down there when it opened for the media thing, so they took us through the queue and told us all the interactive things. Yeah. Would I want to wait in it? No. If I had a lightning lane, I'd lightning lane it for sure. Yeah,
so we did, but then you bypass all of that fun stuff, right? Which is I was okay with. But I'm like, next time.
Your comparison to Peter Pan's better. Peter Pan, it's more exciting, I would say, than Seven Dwarfs.
Okay, good to know. Well, so then maybe that won't change my mind. But so we used a lightning lane for that, and that was super fun. And my littlest one is now tall enough to ride some of the coasters, and so that was probably the biggest one she had been on, and she just giggled the entire time. And that ride photo was pretty priceless for me too. So that was fun. We only did that one time as well. I wish we could have done it again, but one time at least we got on it. So I was happy about that. Then we headed over to Pirates of the Caribbean. We did the magic carpets. My kids thought it was really cool, like the spitting camel with the water.
I still think that's cool.
Yeah, that was cool. It was also like very hot at this point, so I did not mind getting, a little bit wet there. And then we went to Tiana's. That was our last kind of ride of the day. That was the Tier 1 Lightning Lane I had picked for that day. And I had not, same thing, last time we were in Disneyland, it was still Splash Mountain. And so I was very excited to see that change. And I thought the ride was great. Same thing, it was my 5-year-old's first time on that ride, and she was in the front, just living and loving life, going down that 50-foot drop. It was great.
And you didn't get as drenched as you do out in Disneyland, right?
No. And I was worried.
Disneyland, they look like they've just gotten out of the shower. It's crazy. I've never done Disneyland Splash or Tiana's, but I see everybody getting off that thing, and I'm like, that's why I don't get on it, because it looks like you just got out of Rivers of America. It's crazy.
Yeah. I wonder if it's because it's single. Like
it must. I don't know. I just don't want any other, because I don't like socks, shoes, and I mean, like, there's nothing that survives in that thing. You just drown.
No, and my feet were completely dry in the front row. Now I feel like it all kind of came at my face, but so makeup was a little bit of a mess, but like my feet were dry, so I was okay with that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm not trying to rush, but we get all this in. But so you go over to Epcot. So let's talk about Epcot, and I love the Magic Kingdom Epcot first day. So how does Epcot go once you switch parks here?
Great. And we took a midday break every day and then went to a different park in the evening. That kind of also helped, I think, feel like we changed clothes, kind of reset for the day. So that was good.
Idea rushes you.
Yeah, exactly. So we did just a couple rides that night. The big reason why we went there is to do Luminous. I wanted to try to make sure we hit all the nighttime stuff, and front load it in case of weather. So, so we did not get much rain. I honestly think it rained more in Arizona when we were in Florida than it did in Florida while we were there.
It's a weird year, man. And I'm not saying a word about anything because there's been a lack of a certain thing, and I'm not going to jinx it, but man, it has been a good year. I mean, we haven't had a lick of rain around here in forever either, but it's, let's keep it going. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that's another reason why I was like, okay, I'm going to, if for some reason things get canceled due to weather, we can still do the nighttime stuff later. So that night was really about seeing Luminous. We did ride Remy, Soarin', and the Seas with Nemo, and that was all of us. We did Soarin' and the Seas together. And then my family stayed and rode Remy. We got some fish and chips from the UK while we waited for Luminous to start, and then stayed and watched that. And I thought that show was really, really cool. Really cool. Like the message and just, I mean, the fireworks, are amazing as well, but just very like sentimental type show.
And that picture you got, chef's kiss. I mean, that's why you go to Disney. Right? I mean, like your pictures are so good because they tell a story. Your picture taking skills are amazing. I love them.
Yeah, they had a sweet little daddy-daughter moment watching.
Exactly. I love seeing that stuff. Yeah. All right. The next day is your studios and back to the Magic Kingdom days. So give us a couple highlights from this day.
Yeah. So studios was, I had a rough experience with the studios throughout the trip. I think it was probably the busiest of all 4 parks consistently when we were there. So I don't know if that was some of it, but it was just packed, and lightning lanes were tough to kind of get, I think, just because of how busy it was. But we rode Tower of Terror that morning. I think we rope dropped Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and all of us were there that morning too. So all 11 of us. But my family rode Tower of Terror. We got our Tower of Terror picture, so I was happy. And then we kind of had some downtime between our next lightning lane and like our lunch reservation. And so my husband actually took the girls to watch the new Villain show. And my mom, dad, and I waited and stand by for Rock and Roller Coaster. And in hindsight, I would have gone to the Villain show because that roller coaster was very intense. As someone who likes roller coasters, I'm like, what did I just put my parents on this thing. But yeah.
I know, I get what you're saying. Like, I love Rock and Roller Coaster, but like, I used to be able to ride it like a few times in a row.
Yeah.
Like one time on that thing right now, and I'm like, why did I do this? Like, I'm just like praying that I make it back into the station. Like, where is the end of this? Where's that red carpet? Like, I'm just, please let me off. Yeah.
It was fun, but I was like, holy heck. Yeah. But the villain show, they really enjoyed. My husband said like the stage acting was really, really great. And my kids just ate that up. So that was a good kind of use of our time there. Then we went to Toy Story Land, and I feel like everybody at Disney World was in Toy Story Land that day.
I felt the exact same way because sometimes that land gets so crowded. Yes.
Yeah, it was. And it was also like the surface of the sun at the time. So we had a lightning lane for Toy Story Mania. I guess one of the tracks wasn't working. They told us that, but I'm like, I would rather wait inside in air conditioning and just ride this out.
That's true. I thought for a second I was thinking Slinky Dog. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it's
no.
Leave, please, leave. You're from Arizona, even leave.
Right. So it was about like probably like a 35 or 40 minute wait, even with the lightning lane for Midway Mania, but that's fine. We like that ride. We do it in land a lot too. Right when we got done was time for our reservation at Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, which I wanted to do that also, kind of the theming for the kids. The food was actually very, very good. So we enjoyed that, and kind of the all you can eat part was good as well. And just, it's so cute in there, like all the figurines and the Andes coming, like it's great. My kids really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I got to get in there. I still haven't eaten there, and it's like, it's barbecue, like that's my jam. But it's one of those things I've been down there solo a couple times since it's opened, and it's a place I really want to do solo.
Yeah.
Like,
the corn on the cob was astoundingly good.
I love corn on the cob.
Yeah, very good, very good.
It's my
and my kids got these cute little forky cupcakes with their meal. It was good. It was a really solid meal. And then we got to do Slinky Dog, which I was very excited to do. That was a super fun ride. Really,
both your kids got to do Slinky Dog?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm old. My youngest is going to be 18 in January. I can't keep track of how tall. Like, exactly. So I couldn't tell if the youngest one there was tall enough to ride Slinky Dog. That's a big country.
And she was very excited about it. And the second we got off, she's like, I would like to do that again. I'm like,
wow. Oh, she's brave. I like
that
it.
Could be a problem, though.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah, she loved it. So both of them ended up really kind of liking the thrill rides and the coasters and stuff. So that was great. So yeah, after Slinky Dog, we booked it out of studios. It was very hot, and we needed a break. So we went back to the hotel room.
Good idea. You got a little daredevil on your hands. You're going to be in trouble.
I know. Both of them. But I mean, like the Tower of Terror was, another favorite ride as well. So
you're in big trouble. Mine likes Tower of Terror too, when she's that age now. It's all trouble. I'm just saying, it's you're gonna have gray hair soon.
I know.
Parent of two older girls. Yes, I'll tell you.
Yes.
All right. So you take your break, and then you're gonna have. I love nighttime at the Magic Kingdom. So how does this go?
Yeah, so this was one of the only nights we could go. And so again, the priority here was the nighttime stuff, and if we could knock that out, then I was going to be happy with that. We did Space Mountain, I think, and then I really wanted to get the Rapunzel lantern picture for my 5-year-old. The line for that was surprisingly longer than I thought it was going to be. So I'm like, we're just going to stick it out. So we waited about 25 minutes. Got her little picture with her Pascal, and she was wearing her Rapunzel outfit. Very sweet.
This picture you would have had to stay. If you'd have stood in line for 2 hours, it'd have been worth it. I'm sorry. Like, this picture is so dang cute. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you said 20, like you had to wait. I was like, if you said it was a 3-hour line, worth it. Like, let me ask you one other thing though, because this was one of the nights you said that there was not a Halloween party. So was it just insanely packed with everybody trying to do the same thing, or how'd you feel about it? Like, how did it feel?
I didn't feel like it was, but we also weren't there to do rides.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So we did Space Mountain with a lightning lane because I had booked that earlier in the day. So because we didn't do a lot of rides, maybe that's why I didn't feel like it was that crowded. And after the lantern pictures, it was like 10 minutes, 15 minutes till Happily Ever After started. And because that took a little longer than I thought, I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get us around and back in front of the castle and find a decent spot. So we actually just ended up like posting up right behind the carousel on the back side of the castle. And it was kind of this happy accident because even though we couldn't see the projections, I was blown away by the fireworks. It was almost like your head on a swivel. Where do I look? There's stuff coming, you know, from this side, from in front of me, behind me. And it was like right over top of us. So I'm sure the projections make it even better, but I was very happy with just that experience and like the music. And we didn't have a bunch of people up on us. It was great. It was great.
I love it. Yeah. It's like 1990s fireworks.
Yeah.
It was I mean, fireworks, the music. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen something like that, like the level that they do. I mean, I've heard, right? But like I've never seen that before. It was great. And then we stayed in for Starlight for the, I guess it would have been the 10 o'clock, the closing showing of Starlight. So my mom got the kids some Mickey bars. We shoved some sugar in them, and then
they look like in the picture they're going strong. I mean, it's 10 o'clock at night. That's so. I mean,
well, it's also 7 o'clock Arizona time.
Well, but still, I mean, this couple days in, they're adjusting. I guess. I mean, I'm pro sugar. I mean, 100%. I'm guilty of that 1,000 times with my kids at Disney. So I mean, but you've seen great parades at nighttime parades at Disneyland. So what was your comparison for Starlight?
So we've seen the Main Street Electrical Parade back in 2022. So it definitely reminded me of that. I thought it was good, but I think because my very first parade experience was Main Street Electrical Parade, that has such a high bar in my mind. So in comparing those two, I like Main Street Electrical Parade better. But I mean, it had all of the characters my kids like Starlight did. So that was a win. And this super nice lady let them have her place on the curb. And yeah, she was so kind. She was from Pennsylvania and she was sitting for a while and she's like, I'm not comfortable. Do they want to sit on the curb? I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, absolutely. And so that was also very sweet. So they had a great front row view.
Those Pennsylvanians, they're a nice bunch.
They are.
So it is. I mean, I'm being honest to God here. Pennsylvanians love Disney. Like one of my biggest, like our biggest, when we look at who downloads our show, Pennsylvania is in the top 3 states every week. Like it's Pennsylvania. Like when I first started the show, I'm like, what? But it's consistent. And like Pam's from Pennsylvania. Like there's so many people, Pennsylvania and Disney. There's some kind of a connection there. I don't know what it is. They're friendly people and they love Disney. So shout out all our Pennsylvanians.
Absolutely.
All right, so you get I love this next day. Real quick, you had a rest day, but I see a margarita and a Maya Grill menu there. There's a picture, so tell us about this real quick.
Yep, took a day off. Everybody slept, thank goodness. Hit the pool, and we had a dinner reservation at 6 o'clock at Maya Grill. They had just redone their menu. They told me like a week before, so everything was really good. So we did get the fajitas per recommendation. But we got queso, we got guacamole, I got the flautas, the margaritas. It was like a pineapple jalapeno situation. Delicious. Delicious. If I could have had 3, I would have, but that would not have been, the best decision in the world. It was great.
2 kids, even at the end of all that. Yeah, exactly.
It was so good.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. All right. So then the next day was your Animal Kingdom day. You get over there. So tell us about the adventures and with your husband's got on. It looks like he's going on safari there with the big hat.
Oh yeah. He dresses hard.
So how is your husband into all this? Like, is he a big Disney fan? Is he like accepting of the Disney thing? Like
where's
his level of
I would say more than accepting, but not necessarily at my level. I think for him it's the memories and like being with the kids and seeing the kids' responses. I mean, don't get me wrong. We love him. He teared up a handful of times on the trip too. So he's a big song.
Yeah. I mean, it's his girls, man. I mean, it's like, like when I see the hat and he's got the biggest smile in this picture, he couldn't have a bigger smile. He's like, he looks like he's like leading the safari. Like, you got in front of the tree of life. Like he's taking everybody on his safari. Like he's in this picture, he's all in. You know what I mean? He's 100% on the scale. Like, I'm like, he's like, give him a Jeep and and a compass. Let's go. I mean, but I love seeing that. This is a great family picture.
And he was very he was very excited about Animal Kingdom because our kids love the Disney's Animal Kingdom show. They watch it constantly. And so they know all the animal names and they know, where things are. And so I think he was really excited to experience that part with them too. They did do the little Wilderness Explorers program there, or like not a program, but like a activity.
Mm-hmm.
And that was so, so cool. So like they give you this booklet and you have to walk around the entire park, and there's badge stations that are marked with like the Wilderness Explorers like logo from the movie Up, and the cast members are dressed that way, and they educate the kids about a bunch of different things. And then they get a badge, which is a sticker in this book. And so my kids were very, very into, we got to get all of our badges. And they did, by the end, which was great. Took them 2 days, but they did ultimately do that. So that was such a cool experience. We did the safari. We got to see like the winged encounters in front of the tree, which was great. The Lion King show, awesome.
That's
super
amazing.
Awesome.
The tumble monkeys. That's all I gotta say. 2 words: tumble monkeys.
Oh, yes, so good. Like, I really enjoyed that part too, and it was nice to, because it opened so early. By that time, we needed to sit for a second, so that part was great. We did Pandora. My mom's a really big Avatar fan, so I think that was very enjoyable for her. My daughter, my oldest one, loves dragons, so to her, like a banshee is like a dragon. So she got to ride a dragon, and she was thrilled with that. Flight of Passage was really cool. I didn't realize you can feel the banshee breathing.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was insane.
I know, that is so good. Like, that's an Imagineer thought about that. That's yes.
Yeah. Amazing. So after Pandora, I think that's when we had Sanaa. So we had like a 1:00 reservation, went over to Animal Kingdom Lodge, did bread service. It was so good. And just took our time and ate, watched the giraffes eat. They were actually like putting out all the browse when we were done. So those giraffes are just following that truck right along.
Like me in a box of Oreos.
There you go. Right. So this was good and bad. Good because I love giraffes, are my favorite animal, and the kids are very into all of that too because of the show. But then we like stayed a little too long. And so we got to the bus stop and I'm like, oh, the bus to Epcot is coming before the bus to Hollywood Studios. We'll just go to Epcot and get on the Skyliner. Never been to Disney World before. The bus stop and the Skyliner stop are on opposite ends of Epcot. So we had to walk.
Yeah, I didn't think. Yes, you want to go to the studios.
Yeah, I know. So that was a rookie mistake, and
That's because I taught 6th grade for a long time. I was like, that is called hands-on learning, right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Like,
you will never make that mistake again. Oh my God, you will never make that mistake twice.
No. Well, the bus to the studios was 16 minutes away, so I don't know if it took us 16 minutes to walk Epcot, but and then of course, oh my God. And then of course the Skyliner breaks down when we finally do get on. So we didn't get back to the hotel probably until 4:30. The grandparents were angels and took all the kids that night. So they just like chilled. And the adults went to Epcot. So my husband and I just changed really quick, met up with my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and we went to Epcot. We had a GO 82 reservation. That was really, really good. That brown butter old fashioned. I got a different drink. My husband did the old fashioned. I would have, in hindsight, I should have gotten one too. We were trying to try a couple different things. So good. And just really, really like well done inside. Like the ambiance is really great.
Yeah, I loved it too. Like when we went in there, it was great for somebody who appreciates like Epcot history and just like Disney history. It was so cool. It's like a little quaint little place. Yeah. And I'm not a fancy drinker at all, but that old fashioned tasted great to me. It was the best one I've ever had. it was
very good. Very good. So we just did drinks there, and then we walked around the Food and Wine Festival and just snacked and stopped at most of the booths, and just, that was our dinner that night, and just kind of hung out. And it was great to just walk around World Showcase without a stroller and without having to worry about a ride or, where we're going next. And so it was nice to kind of just have that adult time.
You're constantly like, where's the stroller?
I'm like, I feel like I'm missing.
Where's the kids? Yeah. What's going on? Especially if you had an old fashioned. Like, where we're missing something. Oh no, we're good. We're with the grandparents. All right. So the next day looks like a little Epcot time, and I see some pictures with princesses, and I see an amazing Cosmic Rewind picture here. And
Oh my gosh.
not that I'm ever getting on this sucker again, but man, I love seeing other people's pictures.
My friend was like, that needs to be your Christmas card. That
No,
Cosmic
100% it does. I think that's why I'm not getting on that thing again, by the way.
Oh goodness. Yeah, so Epcot this morning I was excited about because we did book Akershoe for like the princess breakfast that morning, and so that kind of dictated the day. We not really rope dropped because I think we got there right when the park opened, but we went to Test Track and rode the new Test Track. That was great. I still think Radiator Springs Racers is a lot better, but I like the theming of that. Yeah. Yeah, so good. So we did that, and then we did the Frozen ride, which I was really excited about because my kids really like that movie and those characters. So that was a fun little ride, and obviously then that's right next to Akershoe. I thought that meal was really, really good. I know it's just breakfast, but our server gave us some like really unique recommendations. I don't know if they do this for everybody. They probably do, but they have this like square of caramelized goat cheese that comes on the meat, cheese, and pastry plate. And he told us, he's like, save that for when the waffles come, put it on the waffle with the jam. And he's like, and that's how we eat waffles in Norway. I'm like, well, I like goat cheese and I like jam and I'm all about a waffle. So sounds great to me. And it was really, really good. The character interactions were good. We didn't feel rushed at all. We kind of sat and ate and hung out and kind of took our time. So that was great. My kids loved that too. I also appreciate as a parent, because we forgot the autograph book a couple times, that they're kind of giving the autograph cards at a lot of these places now. So my kids could collect those and I didn't have to keep track of an additional pen or a book somewhere. So, they got a little card with all the princess signatures on it. So they were happy about that too.
That is I didn't know that because I haven't been doing signatures for a little bit, but yeah, man, how about a parent saver right there? It's a great, oh my gosh.
That was in multiple places. I mean, I think Olaf at the studios was that way. Mickey and Minnie at Animal Kingdom was that way. I think we have probably 7 or 8 different cards with different characters. So that was amazing.
Hang on. I just realized something here, but not to jump ahead just a little bit here, but wait, your 5-year-old was riding Cosmic Rewind.
I
was just talking about her riding Slinky Dog.
Yeah.
Your 5-year-old, because I'm looking at this picture. That's your 5-year-old in the front seat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's ready to go.
You are in so much trouble. Holy cow.
Yeah. She is exactly 42. Like exactly 42. And I bought her a lightning lane for Guardians, like kind of, because they're 42 inches, but sometimes you get up to the post and you don't make the cut. But yeah, we put her up to that thing. And that was the first ride that she actually had to be really measured for. And I was just sitting there going, please let her be tall enough to get on this thing. And she just made it. And so she was thrilled. She did not care for the pre-show. I don't know why. Something about that kind of freaked her out, but she loved the ride. That was the best ride I've ever been on in my entire life.
That's what everybody said. And I've been on it 3 times, and I get it. Like, it has everything. Like, it's smooth, it's slick, it's got the music. It's a great ride. My body can't. I've had concussions and stuff. I can't spin. I just can't do it. And
I usually get motion sick too, but I was just taking a quarter of a Dramamine every day, and that seemed to be fine for me. But man, like, I can't say enough good things about that ride. And had I known that I was going to enjoy it that much and the kids were going to enjoy it that much, like, obviously we tried everything this trip, but I'm like, next trip, we're doing that at any time we can. If I have to do it 3, 4, 5, I'll put the money for the individual lightning lanes towards that, as opposed to Rise or Flight of Passage or things like that. So, it was so good.
Yeah, I see a lot of space in that upper right-hand corner for like Merry Christmas from Ashley and Scott from the Galaxy. Exactly, 100%. That's your Christmas card.
Oh,
so after getting back down into Earth, what else happened that day?
We did Living with the Land just to kind of give everybody a chance to chill out and have some calm. I think my mom was like, all right, enough with these roller coasters. I need like just stationary, something slow. So I'm like, I have the perfect ride for you. I've heard good things about living with the land. So my kids like that one too. And then they met Figment. Again, my daughter's very into dragons, so this was a big deal for her. And I remember when I went to Disney when I was like 9, I still remember like oh God, what's his name? The Imagination. Yeah, the Dreamfinder. Thank you.
Yeah.
And like the smaller Figment character. And I'm like, I kind of still wish it was that way, but now it's like a big Figment, which my kids were still happy about. And then we did Moana Journey of Water. And that's a really very well done attraction as well. My oldest, that was like her favorite movie when she was 2. Like we got some really good pictures in there. They cooled off a little bit too. Like we did it at like 1:30, 2 o'clock. So that was a good time as well in terms of like getting a little bit wet. And then we got our Spaceship Earth photo, which was again another big ticket item. And then back to the resort for another break.
What's your husband's shirt say? I can't see that.
And on this day, this is
Say something slick.
Is it what? Oh,
it has to have some catchy saying, right? Or something.
What color is it?
It's white writing. It's got like 6 words on it. I can't make it out.
Oh, that might be his sidekick shirt. I made him a handful of shirts for this trip, so I think that's the one that says like Olaf, Zazu, Timon. It has like all the like.
Yeah, I see it. Okay, yeah, now I can tell that that's that. Yeah, okay. I was like, I always love like because he's got the girl dad shirt, when you guys are meeting the evil queen. He's like. I love when like dad's kind of like the undercover like main character kind of thing.
Yes,
that's kind of what he's going for.
He knew his role, that's for sure.
Exactly. I love that stuff. Okay, so you had a rest day built in the next day. I just want to kind of because we gotta kind of
let's do it.
So the rest day though, you had Storybook Dining built in here, which I still haven't been to. So how is this? I mean, the Evil Queen you get to Whispering Canyon, one of the best resorts to visit. How was this for the family?
This was really good. And my daughter, my oldest one, likes villains. So this was my way of trying to get her like that kind of character meet and greet to see the queen. And then just the signature dining, just to kind of have that experience. So character interactions were really good. The queen was, a hoot. So funny, very like engaging. My kids were not scared. I was a little worried about that, but she was just so entertaining. And my daughter actually had like a Snow White shirt on. And so in the photo, she's using her cape to cover her shirt so you can't see it, which I thought was adorable. So fun. And the restaurant's beautiful with like the twinkly forest and a lot of character interaction. And the food, this was the best meal that I had, the entree. So it was, and I'm not that meat and potatoes kind of person typically. So that's why I was surprised at how much I liked it, because I got the pork shank with the goat cheese polenta. It was so good. That pork just fell right off the bone. So, and my husband got the prime rib. My mom got a salmon. Everybody really, really liked their food. The kids liked theirs. They give them this really cute little like veggie crudité, like cheese plate that looks like a little garden. It was just very well done. And the service was really, really good too.
It's good to hear because we don't talk about that restaurant hardly ever. The only time we ever hear about it, it's like, marathon weekends, people can get their pictures with Dopey with their medals. Like that's a big thing, but then, you just don't hear about it. But
yeah, no, the food's really, really good. Don't sleep on Wilderness Lodge for this one.
That's why I love these Monday shows. Give people ideas to make their trips better. All right, back to the Animal Kingdom on Saturday and a little studios time after. So give us a couple highlights from this day. You guys did Cali River Rapids. We'd never talked about
we did do Cali River Rapids, and my mom's poncho flew off her head right when we went down the drop, and she just got completely annihilated by
yeah, you're not supposed to wear a poncho. Nature will find a way.
It was so funny. She had the worst luck with that kind of stuff the whole time. So we gave her a hard time there. But no, probably the highlight of this day was the girls finishing up their Wilderness Explorers badges, and they got to be senior Wilderness Explorers. So that was like a big deal for them. And we were actually like the first family in line for Mickey and Minnie at the Adventurers Outpost, which I didn't know was a thing, but they actually come out and get the kids. They walk them like through and back, and then they get like this special kind of card from Mickey and Minnie, since they were the first ones in line that day. And we just did that mainly because we wanted to do the other side of Animal Kingdom, and not much was open before, for early entry. So we were like, well, we'll just wait 5 minutes for this to open up, and happy accident, and got to see Mickey and Minnie as well. And then we went to Rafiki's Planet Watch to see like the vet station there. Again, my kids are really into that show. So that was awesome too, that they got to have that experience.
That's cool, because we never talk about Rafiki's anymore. That was, 15 years ago. It was like such a big deal to go back there. Nobody ever talks about that again. So you guys like petting the animals and all that. That was still just
they did do a brief petting zoo with the goats and whatnot, but they were more into like walking inside the conservation station and like seeing all this stuff. And there was, I think, 3 wilderness badges in there. So they took their time to do that. Timon was there and Rafiki were there for character interactions. So that part was cool too. Like it was good. It took about, I don't know, maybe 2 hours total time. So it is a good chunk if you go out there, but it was worth it, I think.
And you did the animation class too. It looks like you drew the snake, the Ka.
We drew Ka, from the Jungle Book.
Look at that. I'm not even a movie guy, but I got it right. Lucky guess. So, all right, so let's hit the so Sunday. Let's just kind of jump in here for you guys did a little Magic Kingdom time in Epcot again. Oh my gosh! So another thing we never talk about that is dead in the center of the Magic Kingdom is Story Time with Belle, or
Enchanted Tales with Belle.
Yeah, Enchanted Tales with Belle. It used to be called Story Time with Belle when it was over in that corner. That's how old I am. I remember back in that day. It was over in that little cove.
Yeah,
this is one of the cutest things we used to do with Mallory when she was little, and I always used to have to be every dad. I think has to be a night at some point. I was a night every time, but it's such a great little thing, and I think everybody just walks past it. So was this? I mean, did you guys eat this up too?
Well, and the main reason we did it was because I've heard about it from you, and my 5-year-old likes Belle a lot, and so I'm like, let's, we tried to do more show type stuff the last couple of days. We did Frozen at the studios and the new Little Mermaid at the studios. So I was like, we're going to do Enchanted Tales with Belle. I don't think I realized how many parts they assign. And so when my daughter got to be the Beast in the story, I was like, oh, that seems like a kind of a big deal. Like, are we sure about this?
Exactly. Yeah, you've got to be important here. You better read the lines.
And she was thrilled to do all the growling and the roaring. So that was great. And then my little one was Chip, and she like got on the ground and like hopped towards Belle. It was just such a cool thing that's like very uniquely Disney and not something you could do really anywhere else. And so I was glad that it was a different kind of experience, not that riding rides is not great, but it was just very different, and they really, really liked it.
I love it. Yeah, that picture's adorable with little Chip and the little Beast. Mm-hmm. She's not. Yeah, the thing is, she's the anti-Beast. She's the cutest little thing with that cape on. You'd never know she was playing the Beast unless you would have told me that. And then you got the picture. Oh my gosh, you have so many pictures. So where are those other pictures? Was that Festival of Fantasy Parade? I'm guessing on the right.
So this just again another happy accident. My daughter had actually said, my oldest one, we did Princess Fairy Tale Hall that morning. Saw Rapunzel again, which is my 5-year-old's favorite, and saw Belle, which is also, top one for her. And Kennedy said to me, she's like, I feel kind of disappointed, Mom, because Emerson's gotten to see Rapunzel and Belle, and I met Aurora, but I really want to meet Raya from Raya and the Last Dragon. And I said, oh, girl, I know. I said, but I don't know if that's going to happen on this trip.
No,
I said,
harder. She's like a B-level princess.
Yeah, I'm like, well,
exactly.
Kennedy will tell you she's an official Disney princess, like, and you can't tell her any different. But I'm like, Kennedy, she's really rare. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Harder.
And she was like, okay. And we're just walking to I think Jungle Cruise, and there was the cavalcade. I don't remember what it was. I don't know, Adventure Friends cavalcade. And Raya was in the parade. And so I went, oh my gosh, Kennedy, Raya is right there. And she went,
Please.
What? And Kennedy has a little tuk-tuk shoulder pal, which is Raya's like little sidekick. And I don't know how it happened, Disney gods, whatever, but she somehow spotted her. And she walked over to her. She pet the shoulder pal tuk-tuk. She talked to her, tipped her hat at her. And I was like,
This
that's
picture is awesome. Like this
my
picture of
husband,
these two, it is. I mean, they're having their moment. I mean, she's
they
got her
are.
hand on his sword. It's something.
My husband's crying. I'm crying. We're high fiving each other, like, because that was so important to her, and we did not think that was going to be an option. So that was amazing. And yeah, then, just the rest of that day, just tried to clean up the Magic Kingdom and got some cheeseburger spring rolls. They watched the show in front of the castle, rode, a few more things, and then the weather rolled in. So, we got out at that point, but it was just a really, really good last day at the Magic Kingdom to kind of end the trip.
Oh my gosh. And you're like, can you just say like, Mom, I didn't get to have $1 million. Boom.
Yeah. I wish maybe she should have said that. Something different would have happened.
Oh my gosh, we were around the corner and right there by Pirates of the Caribbean, there was a bag. But you guys, you go back to Epcot, it looks like, I can see a great picture of you guys in front of the fountain there at Ratatouille. It looks like you're having some sweet treats from back at, La Artisans. I can never say it. I'm from Missouri. I'm not even going to try it, but looks good. But so you kind of wrapped it up back there in World Showcase with the family?
Yes. Yeah. I wanted to go get I think it's called the croque glacé. It's the brioche ice cream sandwich, essentially, from La Artisans de Glacé or whatever. So that was great.
Smart.
So that was good. I wanted that dessert, and then I wanted to kind of take my parents around to the food and wine stuff too. The other family actually left this day, so it was just the 6 of us all day. And so we got to actually ride Cosmic Rewind one more time. A lightning lane came available, and so I snatched that up, and I'm like, are we good to walk to the other side of the park and just do this before we leave? And everybody was on board, and that was kind of our last final ride of the trip. So
final thing we ask you about, because you closed out with a little homecoming before you or Disney Springs kind of cleaned up before you went over to the airport on your final day. How was homecoming? Because man, I'm telling you what, I haven't eaten much in the last few days because of circumstances, and just those church lady deviled eggs that I'm looking at in that picture, this is my favorite things in the world.
I would just go and get one of every appetizer. That's just appetizers. I mean, the chicken was great too, but appetizers at homecoming definitely softened the blow of having to leave. So
that is so good. So I mean, it's been so much fun talking. And to our listeners, I know the show ran a little bit long, but I can't help it because it's been so much fun talking about this. I mean, we could go even longer because this is why we go to Walt Disney World. This is why we go to the Disney parks, why we take the cruises, is to make these memories with our families. And you had so many of them. And this is exactly why we listen to podcasts. These are the reasons we work so hard at our jobs, so we can have these moments, these few days with our families to make these memories we'll cherish for the rest of our lives. And I just appreciate you taking the time today to share this with our audience, because it's going to make everybody's week happier as they're going on the runs, listening to the show today, walking the dog, doing the dishes, whatever it is, because this is what I love. Do you have one last story or one last memory from the trip, or even just a tip for taking a large group, or something you learned that maybe surprised you being a Disneyland person going east, or any final thoughts for the show?
I'll tell you one more thing, because this is one thing I wanted to make sure I got in, because I thought it was kind of interesting how this played out. And also my kids just got home, so sorry.
Yeah, I get it.
A bunch of yelling.
Hands up.
Yeah, I know. It's like, we gotta go. So on Space Mountain that last day, my husband somehow lost his sunglasses, and he comes out and he's like, I don't know where they went. They flew out or whatever. Okay, we did a ride swap. Somehow, some way, I got the exact same car, the exact same seat on Space Mountain, and his glasses were sitting right there at the bottom.
No way. Are you kidding?
On a ride swap. So there was at least 20 minutes in between here, and I didn't even notice them till I was getting out. And I looked down, I'm like, oh, those are his sunglasses. So I picked them up and I put them on. He didn't even realize I was wearing them for 30 to 45 minutes. He just thought they were gone. And I had his sunglasses on, and I finally had to be like, look what I found. He's like, where'd you get those? I'm like, I happened to get in the exact same seat as you on Space Mountain. Here's your sunglasses.
First of all, what are the odds of there's so
odds.
many variables, right? Somebody stealing that, you're like this, oh, I found some sunglasses because I was sitting in this
Oh
chair,
my
or like somebody stepping on them. I mean, they
Yes.
could fall out. They probably went on 30 rides, or 20 rides between there.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, also, like, here's the other thing. My wife would have scolded me immediately, like, you're always leaving your keys and your sunglasses, and you're never double checking when you get out of the seat. Like, I would have never survived 45 minutes before I found out I got my sunglasses back. You're too kind. That's what it is.
Oh, I was just
I
trying to
wouldn't
mess
need
with them a little bit.
I'd have never made it out of that like moving walk. Well, the moving walkway's gone, but I'd never made it out of that
Yeah.
tunnel. She'd have been like, you got to double check when you get out of that seat to make sure you got your keys and everything.
All your stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was funny. That was a funny little moment.
Oh, that's so good. Well, Ashley, thanks for taking the time. And, I hate to keep you from the family for this long, but boy, what a great way to start the week. And, can't wait to hope to see you guys maybe in the park sometime. The family would be great to connect, and we'll have to talk after your next trip. It'd be great.
Yes. Thank you so much for letting me share all of this. I really
Anytime.
appreciate it.
All right. Don't forget, today's show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure, whether it's out to Disneyland, down to Walt Disney World, even sailing with the Disney Cruise Line. Just swing by the website today, fill out that free no obligation quote form, and we'll take care of you from there. It's over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys make all these shows possible. So a huge thank you to each and every one of you. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you. Patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast. You can give me a follow on the social media at Be Our Guest Mike. That's on X.com, Instagram, and Threads. And don't forget, join us in the Clubhouse. That's our Discord server. It's like a live chat / message board. It's so much fun. We all hang out there, share pictures, share stories, and talk about the current news in the Disney universe. We have a sports channel. We talk about life. We just kind of all hang out and support each other. It is the friendliest community on the internet. It's free for everybody. Just drop in. Everybody's going to just welcome you with open arms. It's kind of like our little cheers. So coming over this week, it's beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. And join us this Sunday night. Scotty G will join us. He's tuned in right now on Instagram. Shout out Scotty G. He's going to be there. We'll take your calls. That's going to be at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. The phone lines will be open. We turn the show over to you, and we talk Disney for an hour. It's going to be awesome. So join us Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch, and we'll see you Sunday night. All right, until we get back together again on Wednesday for your listener questions, I'm Mike here in Missouri. For Ashley out in Arizona, have a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. That was one of the best shows we've had in a long time. That was so good. It was so great.
I was so excited to talk to you about it, and I know I could talk for days about this trip. So sorry for going a little.
No, it was good. I want to keep going, but it's like we have to keep them like with certain length because we only get so much like space on our servers to like upload shows. And since I do like most people do one a week, and since I do like usually 4, like I can't do like super now. Because like otherwise you got to upgrade your plan, and like I'm already on like the super expensive plan, so like I can't go into, like I'm not a radio station, like I'm a dude. But so I have to watch like how much we upload each week. But yeah, and I'm so glad like you reached out because like I was in the hospital like for like 3 days, and I'm like I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to email Ashley and like remind her that we're doing a show, and then I saw that you emailed. I was like, whoo!
And actually, I think your email originally was like, I think it said shoot me an email. And I was like, I forgot. Yeah.
No, it does say that. But I mean, that was like 9 months ago. So I always like on that Monday, I always email the guests anyway. Just that's kind of like my thing. But I do that as like, I'm just one of those people like that's kind of like my backup. I say to email me, but I always email too. So like there's kind of redundancy.
Yeah.
I was like,
I appreciate it. I'm glad you're okay. And, I appreciate you taking the time and.
Yeah, it's all good. I got to go somewhere, get another test in the morning, but we'll see how it goes. It's one of those things. I hate doctors.
Oh, well, we'll keep you in our thoughts for sure. Hope that doesn't.
Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, Ashley, you go have fun with that family. I'll tell your dad, your husband, that he has the best dad shirts, and he is the best like undercover main character in the pictures of all time.
I will tell him. He'll love that.
All right. I'll see you later. Take care.
Thanks so much.
All right. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And I will catch you guys later.